What's up and welcome back to my channel, y'all. I'm Christina Radiantos, and today we're gonna be talking about this Huda Beauty concealer, girl. I just got this in the mail, so I want to do a review. This is the Huda Beauty Full Filter Luminous Matte Concealer. I'm a little iffy on the name because normally something that's luminous and something that's matte don't really mix together very well. I know the coverage is gonna be ridiculous. The shade that I got is Brittle 6.5G, and I believe the G stands for golden. This is what the packaging looks like. It has a frosted finish. I think this is plastic, so, and I'm gonna just show y'all what it looks like out the tube. That's what the applicator looks like. So it looks like it has a nice little curve to it. Something told me to smell it. Do y'all do that? Do y'all smell your products before you put them on? It smells like makeup. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't have fragrance to it as far as I know. So I'm gonna do my face and then I'm gonna come back and use the concealer so y'all can see. All right, y'all, I have to hurry up because I need to go to the Kingdom Hall. But I got my base makeup on finally. I just want to note that I use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. This is a soft matte finish. And the reason why I did that is because I don't want to have any mishaps with this matte formula. In my experience, whenever you're layering formulas that are basically opposites, you want to be real careful about that because they can separate or just not work together at all. So once again, this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer in the shade Brittle. And I'm just gonna apply this. Oh, y'all, I'm scared. I haven't worn or tried a matte concealer since the Fenty Beauty one came out. Mostly because matte concealers emphasize fine lines and wrinkles, in my opinion, especially when somebody is looking at me in real life, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all. So I like the wand. I like the applicator. That's what it's looking like on my face. I think I picked a pretty good color. I think I did. And I'm actually gonna blend this out with a dry beauty blender because, if I'm being quite honest with y'all, in my experience with matte concealers, they have a tendency to separate when they come in contact with water. I don't know what it is about the formula. I'm not a chemist, but I don't like that, okay? So, and since I got somewhere to go, I'm not trying to waste no time. So on camera, it's looking really, really beautiful. Let me move my mirror closer. Up close and personal. She's blending out very nice with this dry beauty blender. Very, very nice. And I can see right away that it's matte. I do want to say, even though it looks like I put a lot of product on, I really didn't. And the coverage is ridiculous. I'm kind of scared to blend this out on my nose now because I feel like it's gonna go everywhere. Y'all see that? It covered my beauty mark. And my beauty mark is like a ash coal black. So yeah, I like the coverage. I like the coverage and I like the finish. I am a girl who likes to use setting powder though, so we're gonna see just how this plays out with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And whenever you're blending with a beauty blender that's dry, just make sure that you pay attention to the pressure that you're applying. Okay, I'm seeing something here and I'm not quite sure what it is. There's like some lines right here and I don't know if that's because of the concealer or because of my primer. But let me blend this out on my forehead. Okay, so this concealer does set, y'all. If you're somebody who likes to let their concealer sit for a second before blending it out, I'm not gonna recommend that you do that. I'm not, especially if you're applying it in harsh shapes like the one on my nose. I'm not gonna recommend that you do that because the longer this sits, the harder it'll be to blend out. Thankfully, I noticed that over here with these little, I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see? There's like 3 little dots over here. I'm gonna cover it up with highlighter. But yeah, I'm not gonna recommend that you leave this sitting on your face at all. Not for too long anyway. I get where they're coming from with the Luminous because as you can see when I turn my head, this does reflect light. So that's cool. I will say that leaving it on my nose was not a bad idea though. It was not a bad idea. Anywhere else, I would not let this sit on my face. I wouldn't. I'm actually gonna take a little bit and I'm gonna put it around my mouth too because I use concealer to kind of help reinforce my foundation, especially since I talk so much. So let me go ahead and blend this out. What I'm gonna be looking for while I'm wearing this today is whether it creases, is it gonna transfer, is it gonna oxidize during the day, all of the usual things when it comes to complexion makeup in general. Alexa, stop. Yeah, y'all, it's not for me to go.
11:45 a.m.
Okay, y'all, I finally finished everything else. I set the concealer with the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder, and now I'm just about to use my setting spray. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys that before I head out, and it is now 11:58, so I gotta go. Okay, y'all, I am back, and it is officially 11 p.m. So if I remember correctly, it's almost been 12 hours, almost 12 hours. But that being said, let's get into this concealer review. This is how the concealer looks underneath my eyes. I actually just started shedding a tear on this eye, so I said, oh, let me go ahead and finish this review. So I'm seeing that it's creating this sort of fold on my face. Now I know that I have smile lines, but because the product is settling into my fine lines and it looks like it's trying to smooth it over almost, it's emphasizing the texture of those smile lines and really making them more prominent. Underneath my eyes, I am seeing some separation. I'm seeing a little bit of creasing, and just from my experience, that's very common with matte products, especially right underneath the eyes where the skin is thinner and has a tendency to be a little bit more dry. Right in my T-zone, y'all can see that I'm very, very radiant. And I didn't put anything right here that's radiant. No blush, no cream product, nothing. Only thing that's right here is the concealer and the Fenty foundation. And the Fenty foundation does not get shiny like this. So I'm assuming that's where the luminosity comes into play. So what I showed y'all before I went about my business for today was just how radiant the product was before I used my setting spray. Now, one thing I do want to know is if I don't use my setting spray, how long would this last on me? I do realize that people who have drier under eyes and around the nose, this product might not be super suitable for long wear, but in the beginning it's real cute. It's real cute in the beginning. I don't like how it is sort of emphasizing texture around my mouth. I would assume that perhaps you don't need a setting powder with this, but I could never do that because number one, I live in Texas. The weather fluctuates so much, you really don't know when you will or won't need something, so you might as well just put it on anyway. I'm not oily. I don't normally get oily like this, but I do know that the setting spray that I like to use is radiant, right? So I don't know, I feel like on camera from here, you know, everything looks really good and seamless, and that might just be the point with this product because like I mentioned, it's not separating in my smile lines to where you can see my skin and the product in different places. It's sort of like when I move my face, the product itself moves as well so that it can become part of the smile lines. Either way though, I don't know. I'll probably wind up using this more so during the summer than spring, just because right now it's like I said, the weather alternates so much. I did really like the color, and I'm probably gonna have to give this a chance with even less powder than what I use, because I didn't use a lot of setting powder at all. I dipped my beauty blender into the powder and I was scraping the powder off the sides. It looks really beautiful on camera, I could say that. So who would I recommend this for? I would recommend this for my full coverage cake face girls, the girls that like their makeup to be on, honey, and anyone who likes lightweight makeup, because if you use less of a full coverage product, you get the same results that you would trying to do a natural makeup look, and you wind up keeping your product a little bit longer because you're using much less of it. But I'm not mad at it. I do want to try some other Huda Beauty products. If you've tried any of them, recommend them down below. I would love to know your thoughts. I'm not a fan of fragrance, and I think I heard that they came out with one of their most popular foundations with no fragrance in it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let me know your opinions and any questions that you have about the product in the comments down below. And I will be sure to keep y'all updated on my thoughts with this because I'm gonna keep testing it out. But that's gonna be on Twitter and Instagram if you'd like to see it.